Excuse me, I'm Eric Lyncher.
Sounds Xavier.
Go fuck yourself.
Good guys, welcome back to Talking at the Movies. At the movies. We need a proper theme tune, man.
Yeah, we do. That's actually pretty good. Maybe you should we start a band. You can sing.
Put a bass line on there.
Talking at the movie. Actually, we have to start this episode by giving an apology when we did the Civil War review to all the people that complained of Salem's continuous munching, which we warned him, but he just didn't want to listen.
In fact, I complained about that.
Everyone could hear me actually eating?
Of course they could.
Oh, no way.
And I'm has a...
Oh, no. Okay, wait. So you don't need to apologize. I should apologize.
Well, you should, but we should have slapped that plate away from you.
I didn't
and
realize.
The fact that we could see avocado stuck in your teeth.
Oh, guys, I'm
and
so
don't forget
sorry,
there was
man.
a video version of it as well.
But the video version doesn't matter too much.
Well, they were still complaining, like, they were like, I don't want to listen to this guy eat pie.
Oh, man. Oh, sorry,
thank
guys.
you. The biggest film of the year, Salem. Review destroyed by your appetite.
Oh, okay. Well, we're all to blame.
Glutton.
I don't take it just personally, and we're all to blame. I apologize, people.
Animal. So, let's get into it, man. We've been away. We skipped a week, but we have returned. Everyone was doing their thing. Mo was in Dubai. Doing God knows what the hell you were doing over there, man.
I think it's technically called a holiday paid for by work.
What the fuck? See, these people, man.
Business trip.
Not fair. Let's start with regular news. Let's get into the superhero news. That's a good way to start.
You love the Marvel Universe. Avengers, Age of Ultron, Thor, Captain America, Iron Man. But you want to know, why no Black Widow movie? Chill. Marvel gets women. Coming in 2016. When it came to life in the big city, Black Widow had it all figured out. Black Widow, Age of Me. Marvel, we know girls.
Kevin Feige is saying that they are now legitimately at Marvel considering a Black Widow spin-off movie, which took them fucking long enough.
Yeah, that one's really strange, isn't it? Because the introduction of this character from the very beginning, I thought to myself, okay, a year in, maybe two, there was going to be at least a movie offer.
From the very beginning.
Well, yeah, you got
Iron
2
Man
years.
2 was... She wasn't great in Iron... Well, she was cool in Iron Man 2, but you didn't really want to see a film of her.
Okay, let's say two, 3 films in, I thought there was going to be something.
But the thing is, when's it going to happen? Because we've seen the slate. There's no window, unless they put it in where...
Well, there are 2 films on that slate that are just untitled. So there's no title, no one knows what the project is, and plus they've now removed Inhumans off the slate as well.
Yeah, but that's freaking how many years away? That's a long way away.
Yeah, but these boys, they play the long game, don't they?
Yeah, but Scarlett, man, she's already had one kid. She's probably gonna have another one by then,
and she still will look stunning. I don't get your point there, Eddie.
Oh, you don't know, man. You don't know.
But what would they... I'm just trying to figure out in my mind that where would they go from this point? Where would a standalone film
Well, she's a spy, so it'd basically be like a Bond movie with sci-fi elements to it.
So it would be like The Winter Soldier or Civil War.
Yeah. But I think it would also concentrate on a lot of her origin story, which is another reason why they kind of have to do it now rather than waiting all that time, because there's still all this untapped sort of shit when she was working for the Russians. That's what it's going to have to be about.
And they can always team her up with somebody. Like she teamed up with the Captain in Civil War 2, so maybe her and Hulk, or one of the other lesser known characters.
Oh, Hulk wouldn't fit really.
Well, they did have that love story in the second Avengers movie.
Yeah, that was kind of ham-fisted though. That was kind of wedged in. Came out of nowhere, disappeared.
Yeah, well, if rumours are right, with Thor tagging up with Hulk,
that's definitely a thing.
So
I don't know, but would you watch it though? If it happened, if it was announced,
yes,
trailer looked cool,
absolutely.
I would.
I don't.
Okay, yeah, all right. Okay, I would watch it.
So that's a no then.
No, I would watch it.
You
yes.
hesitated.
No, well, I'm hesitating because.
It's a woman.
Do you want me to bring out my apples, Eddie? Okay, look.
It's the minute you hate women-led movies.
What are you talking about?
What did you just
It's
say?
not true,
The
Eddie.
moment that I mentioned it, what did you say? Yes, Eddie, I want it. Black Widow, give me it now.
I think.
Said,
Look,
All abuse directed at Salim from all our female fans, listeners.
there are
and
no female
Ollie
fans. But I don't.
But
Come on, are you gonna let me talk? Right now, I just think to myself, if the Black Widow movie came out a couple of years ago, maybe I would have been a bit more excited. Now, I don't know. I would like to see other films within those windows that are empty at the moment. I don't feel that I want to see a Black Widow standalone movie.
What else would you want to see in those empty windows?
Well, it could be anything to do with the Marvel Universe, but just
Yeah,
Black Widow movie. Nah, doesn't do it.
I would have that opinion if they wanted to do a Hawkeye movie.
oh god, actually, that is what they would team up. But they probably would because they're supposed to have like this past that kind of intersects with each other. So maybe it would be like a double up.
But
Hawkeye.
yeah, she can't be just by herself.
Wow.
That'd be a fantastic
I think it could
spy
be good.
movie.
Anyway, what about you?
Isn't it being obvious? I'm saying that I would definitely be down. I think it would be like a Man from Uncle, Winter Soldier type vibe.
It would. You remember that scene at the beginning of the first Avengers movie where she is tied up and she's being interrogated? That's just fantastic.
Dude, I'm down. Mo's down. And Salem hates
No,
women.
that's not true. Okay.
Laney does. Yo, Wolverine is gonna be R-rated, people.
It's about time, man.
The Deadpool effect has taken effect. So we're gonna see Wolverine slicing his blades in slow motion through people's bellies and pulling out their intestines,
I can understand why they're
pissing
doing
on
it.
their heads.
It's quite strange to do it like a third film into a
Why
franchise.
not? The best time to do it, man.
Because normally they start off R-rated and then like work their way down 15,
like
12,
like the Stallone.
Rambo movies.
Oh,
No.
What's the most recent crappy films he's been doing?
Oh, you're talking about friggin' heck.
Oh, the Expendables.
Expendables, that's it. Yeah, it'll be like that. That's basically started and it just got softer and softer and softer. Do you think this is gonna make it work though? Because what made Deadpool work wasn't just the fact that it was R-rated.
There was the brilliant marketing behind
It
it.
was the marketing, but it was the humor. It was a fun film. This will be a very different movie. It's supposed to be based on the Old Man Logan storyline, loosely based for what they can use. So he's going to be an older Wolverine. He's going to be teamed up with Professor Xavier, so it's them two together for most of it.
When people talk about Wolverine, you automatically just have this vision of this character of just friggin' slicing the crap out of people. It's just him. He's just hardcore. He's raw. He doesn't really give a damn.
Would it make it a good film, though?
No. Well, if we have a tight enough script, if we have a good script, I think throwing in all this violence, the swearing, I think it would just work perfectly with him.
See, if you think about all the best action R-rated movies you've ever seen, there was one element that made them really good. Not just the action, not just the violence, but the actual adult comedy and humour and language.
John Wick was about the action, though, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a pure action
Yeah.
fest. But I mean, it was also quite a funny film. I mean, I don't think it was intentionally supposed to be funny. I just think the deadpan looks that you get from completely blanking now on his name.
Oh, what?
Keanu.
Yeah.
I think this is something that everyone's kind of been calling for as well.
Again, I know that he's wanted this. They even tried to push it with the last one, The Wolverine. There was like an unrated version of it that came out on DVD. And so there was more blood in that. So I guess, it shows that it needs to be. The guy's got fucking blades coming out of his hands.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
and you can't get away with that. It just, when I'm watching a Wolverine movie, one of the things that's always missing is
nudity.
Yes, without a doubt. But knowing that this dude's got blades coming out his friggin' hands, but you don't see the blood, you do not see the gore.
So how long have you wanted to see Hugh Jackman naked?
That
seems to be what you're pushing towards.
I didn't say that. You get to see him naked in one of the films anyway.
Said nudity. You were excited.
I'm talking about girls, more of this sort of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we believe.
See, I like the way you
wink,
slap,
wink.
put
All right.
it on me.
We'll believe you. We believe you. Dude, man, early reviews on X-Men. It came out 2 weeks. Fox got confident. Thought, yeah, they did it. Marvel did it for Civil War. We can do it too. Not quite. It didn't quite work out the way they had planned, has it?
What have they got? Is it? I mean, I've heard that it's a bit of a mixed bag.
Yeah. There are a few saying it's not that bad, but no one has said it's amazing.
When someone's described something as it's not bad, it's like the politest way of saying
It's not good.
it's not all bad.
Some say it's just boring. Some say it's just a mess. That it's a complete failure. I think the worst comparison, personally, or the worst description of it was that it was like X-Men 3, X3.
Oh no!
Even just in the visual style, because it's just so heavily
Animated.
CG'd. Yeah.
So when I said 2 weeks ago that trailer done nothing, it didn't look interesting, it was generic, and you two disagreed with me.
Did I?
And now the reviews are out.
I don't recall having this conversation with Mo. I don't. No, this is a conversation you had by, I don't know, you may have just dreamt it.
Nope.
Look, we had this conversation earlier on in the week, right? Which was, could it be that the excitement from Civil War, people going in to watch this film and enjoying it so much, there's that sort of expectation now with X-Men.
Of course, it raises the bar.
Absolutely, and unfortunately, people just haven't. It's weird for me because this was truly a film that I was really excited about. I really was, and if you're saying to me that look, it's like X-Men 3, then this worries me, especially if we got a triple bill.
I don't know, man. It's a shame because I really like this whole new class X-Men movies that they've been doing, and they're already planning for the next one. X-Men movies do good, but they don't do phenomenally good. So I don't really think it's anything they need to really worry that much about. It's not going to do bad in the sense that it will destroy the whole franchise. But I guess Fox want to get in that game. They're trying to build that universe up a bit more with the New Mutants spin-off come in and maybe X-Force, is it? Yeah.
You're the one they're looking at the 90s, right?
That in the 90s is going to be the one after this for the main X-Men.
It is annoying because we've received this amazing property from Fox with Deadpool, and after watching that, you're thinking, shit, man, what the hell are they going to do with X-Men? Like, are they really going to push the bar here?
Never.
And with everything that's coming out, it's really scaring me.
But Simon Kingsbury, who's the guy that oversees the Fox Marvel properties, he's actually saying that they haven't given up on making another Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah, I heard about this.
Oh yes, I did see that the other day.
And they just want to lighten it up, make it more fun, and but I don't think they have a clue what to do with Fantastic Four. I reckon they should just give up on it. Just let it go back to Marvel. I don't think they need to have it. They've got enough with X-Men. It's big enough.
Yeah, I think there is.
What do they need it for?
Yeah, you don't want to. What you don't want to do is, I just don't think you want to carry this on, man. Yeah. Because just the shockwave from the original one pouring into the second one, people have already in their mindset got thinking that, wait a minute, this isn't something that we want to. Yeah. I don't want to watch it
the
again.
The general public don't want Fantastic Four. They've had 3 shitty ones now.
Well, do you say that the general public don't want Fantastic Four, or what they really want is a good Fantastic Four movie?
I'm talking general public who want comic book fans. Their images of the Alba ones, those 2 which were average at best, and this one which was just god awful, it's just tainted. I think he's just best left alone.
Yeah, but the movies have been terrible.
Yeah, they haven't really stuck to the formula, the comic book formula, have they?
Not wholly, but it's the thing is, it's too late. Even if they make a good one, I reckon the name Fantastic Four is being so devalued that people aren't going to want to go see it.
Sure. I think the best way to do this is actually throw those characters into an already existing movie, and then from there onwards generate the excitement from them, and then
But does it fit? Does Fantastic Four fit with X-Men?
Have them team up with Deadpool.
Even that doesn't fit, man. That'd just be strange. No, give it back to Marvel. Because if they get it back, there's all those characters that they can put, not just the Fantastic Four themselves, but all the orbiting characters which are connected. Silver Surfer can pop up in Guardians of the Galaxy. Doom can pop up. Of these.
They're not going to give him back though.
No, it'll be a pride thing as well, because it'll be like, we hand this back to Marvel, and they do they do a reboot of it and make it really successful.
I know. The problem is they have to make another one within a certain window.
What is the window? Is it 4 years?
It's probably thereabouts, but from now, yeah, it's probably about 4 years. They have to make a next one, or it does automatically revert back to Marvel.
Wow.
Which did happen with Daredevil, and the Punisher, and Blade, and Ghost.
Did it, or did they
Ghost
just,
Rider.
or did they just
lapsed.
have the TV rights?
No, it lapsed. The
TV
rights
film,
completely
yeah.
the rights completely lapsed, and they got all those from Punisher as well, and Ghost Rider and Blade.
I suppose none of those three are like as big as the Fantastic Four.
Not necessarily, but at the same time,
Like, I mean,
Fantastic
that
Four's
first-
state now isn't that far off from being that level.
Yeah, but
Daredevil's-
that first Daredevil movie was like a
Yeah.
spectacular failure.
But Daredevil's arguably a bigger property now than Fantastic Four, thanks to the Netflix show.
So I just can't recall. So was Punisher and Daredevil, did that belong to Fox as well?
I believe it was Fox. It was another studio anyway, outside of.
Okay.
But I believe it was Fox, yeah.
All right.
And Blade and Ghost Rider, but now they're all back home. So if that can happen for them, it's not completely out of the
You
realm
mean we
possibility.
could get a sequel to Ghost Rider with Nicolas
Oh,
Cage?
fuck
Ooh, bring it on!
Shit. So let's move on, man. Yo, the Black Panther cast is shaping up to be damn interesting, man.
We haven't met yet. I'm glad.
I don't care.
Because not only have we got Chadwick Boseman as the Black Panther, and we've also got Andy Serkis as the main bad guy who we saw in Age of Ultron. And who's the dude from Hobbit?
The main Hobbit.
Yeah, in the Hobbit.
You mean what's his name?
Wait, why is this so confusing? We're talking about the Hobbit,
Bilbo.
right? Yes, Baggins.
Bilbo Baggins. Is it Ian Holm?
No.
I'm actually gonna say random names now.
No, come on. He's in Sherlock. He's in Civil War.
Who did he play in Civil War?
The government dude.
What is going on? Why are we having this conversation?
Which government dude?
The guy who was bragging to Zemo at the very end. Like,
Oh, you mean
failed.
Martin Freeman?
There you go. Oh, fuck.
So you should be a bit more specific.
You said the Hobbit. The Hobbit.
The Hobbit.
Bilbo Baggins.
Well, I've only seen the first Hobbit movie.
Jeez.
Wait, what? You haven't
That-
seen the other two?
No, no.
All right.
Shit, man. Jeez. But anyway, yeah. So him, Martin Freeman. But now they've added, or they're in negotiations with Lupita Nyong'o, Oscar winner from 12 Years a Slave, who's in everything right now. She was in Star Wars.
Yep.
She was in Jungle Book. And they also want to add, they're in negotiations to add Michael B. Jordan. Or I think they may have actually wrapped that one up.
I think that one
deal
might be wrapped
yeah.
up there. I think
From
people
Creed.
Yeah.
From Creed, Slug. The
God.
black guy.
My goodness.
It's a very heavily non-white cast.
Well, bloody makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's African story that's going to be for the most
The
part.
point I'm kind of getting at is like we have not really seen that yet from one of these big superhero movies. That's quite interesting that they are not recasting, changing, ethnically cleansing, or whitewashing.
Marvel couldn't get away with that, man.
No, I think it'll be good. I think it'll be nice to like have a movie that's sort of like, and I think they've done this with a lot of their films now. They're keeping truer to the source material, and I think it's going to be nice to have a big budget movie, not just full of white actors.
It's going to be... The pressure's going to be on for this, though. It has to succeed, because if it doesn't, then they're going to be like, well, we're not ever doing that again with any other ethnicity, or... Because it has to succeed to justify them doing this.
But we've already seen Black Panther in Civil War, and he brought his A game.
It's not really his movie, though. The pressure wasn't really on that character for it to succeed or not. I don't know, but yeah, I'm excited. I think it could be good. I like the character, as long as they kind of give him a little more diversity in his personality. He seems a bit...
When you talk about when we just bring this character up,
Yeah.
he is the main one. Even though it was about Captain America. And,
Yeah, he was
Iron-
kick-ass.
Yeah, he was the main. It felt like the walking away. Everyone was talking about. Oh my
action,
god,
though. That's the
Black
action.
Panther. No,
When
but
you
it
just
wasn't.
talk about-
No, but it wasn't. Okay, there's so many scenes in that film with with Black Panther. Like, yeah, I've forgotten the guy's name.
Chadwick Boseman.
Chadwick, right? Holding his father, you could see the emotion on his face. He's a very, very good actor.
That
Every
is true, he
scene
is.
that he was in.
He is. But I'm just worried that he's American,
Yes.
so it's an unnatural accent for him. So I'm worried that sometimes we see that when people play a character in a different accent, it all sometimes stilts their range in what they can do because they have to try and stay in the zone to maintain that accent. And I'm worried that he might stay in this stiff, humorless zone, which he kind of... Don't get me wrong, I loved him in Civil War, but the more I've watched it like 3 or 4 times now. The more I see it, I'm trying to think that will this character be exciting and engaging for an entire 2-hour movie? The fact that he just doesn't kind of break out of it. There's not necessarily fun. I don't want it to be all jokes and happiness, but you get what I'm saying? You want that variety.
I do.
Personality. And he seems to be very...
Well, to be fair, his father had just died.
This is true.
Right, and the other thing is that where are we gonna backstep? Are we gonna like start off with the origins of all the Black Panthers? You know, where are we gonna go with this? You know, are we gonna like? And but that's a good thing, because if you're saying that, wait a minute, he just seems like a very
stoic. That's the word, stoic.
Right. Okay. But before he becomes the Black Panther, he's young, he's, doing his own thing. He doesn't want to listen to his father all that much. All these sort of situations that could mold into him actually becoming the main character.
I don't know how they're going to play him young, though. The guy's like, 40 now?
Ah, they could play him young.
Well, then again, they did DA's...
Yeah, of course.
What's his face? Tony down to the teenager, practically.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll check that shit out, man. But that cast, solid. Thumbs up, man.
And let's not forget, we yet to see Marvel really make a step wrong,
Except for Iron Man 2.
Yeah, except for that.
And 3.
No,
3 was good.
3's alright. Dude, Gareth Edwards has jumped ship from Godzilla 2.
Has he been offered a better deal at Marvel? At Lucasfilm?
That's a possibility. May just be Disney as a whole, because he's doing Rogue One. That's his next one coming. And he was supposed to go back to Godzilla. I don't know whether he's going to stick around for Lucas or maybe jump into a Marvel film. He seems like, or just do one of his own things. But the thing is, I got a feeling he wasn't that happy about the whole Godzilla leading into a King Kong showdown movie that they wanted.
Well, can you imagine, right, coming off of like Rogue One, which from the trailer looks like it's going to be good, and then going and doing Godzilla 2. And when was the last time a Godzilla movie was genuinely good?
I like the last one.
Yeah, but we're talking on the level of a Star Wars movie.
Yeah, but
I
don't.
Star Wars movies have only been good for one movie. Most recently, because before that they were the prequels.
Salim, Hammer.
The prequel sucked.
Yeah, the prequel sucked.
The original trilogy was awesome, but the prequel sucked, and that was like a good over a decade of that shit. So come on.
In fact, I'd rather watch the prequels than another Godzilla movie.
Come on now.
Wait a minute. You honestly, you really didn't like the last Godzilla movie?
I've not seen the last Godzilla movie.
So your opinion is not valid.
In fact, not only have I not seen that
Sit
Godzilla
down,
movie,
be quiet. Not allowed to say anything about
I've
the
not even
subject.
seen the previous one to that.
Dude, that was the one with P. Diddy, right?
Wow.
With the soundtrack at the end. Yeah, dude. What is...
Fear me.
Okay.
It's just not a property that gets me excited. Like a sea monster coming out and rampaging.
But what you're doing is you're comparing.
No, you're presuming.
Yeah. Okay, you're presuming, but yet you haven't seen the film.
Don't get me wrong. There are problems with it. Aaron Taylor Johnson sucks a donkey dick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He can't act for shit in this movie.
Cranston got killed way too quick.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
But
no point in seeing the film now.
But Scarlet Witch is in it for a few seconds here and there.
Of course, she was in it.
Yeah, she was Aaron Taylor's wife, the nurse. So it's kind of fun. I liked it. Why not? But Godzilla 2. Who the fuck's gonna jump into that position? Are they gonna be as
Who's desperate for work nowadays?
focused?
There's loads of people.
That's the thing. Is it going to turn into like a cheesy blockbuster? Is it going to be like a Justin Lin sort of gun for hire type director?
What you mean after he's finished ruining Star Trek?
Yeah, basically. Jared Leto could possibly be cast as a vampire in Interview with a Vampire remake. Would you want to see that? I like that film, you know, the original.
Shall I tell you something?
Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise. What, you fancy one of them?
No, I've not seen that
is-
either. I've not seen the original.
You did just
Oh my.
shut that laptop. Just put on your coat.
Wait a minute. You haven't seen
When
the
that
classic.
film originally came out, I had absolutely zero interest in seeing
So
it.
I might blame you as well because
Wait.
he's your cousin, so it should be your
Wait.
duty to introduce films to him.
I bet you could not sit down and watch Interview with a Vampire today. You would look at it and you'd be like, nah, this movie's like pre-2000.
Hold on,
no,
son.
no,
What
no.
happens in Interview with the Vampire? Do you remember it?
Yeah, of course. This is the one where Brad Pitt.
Okay, nice. Which
Yeah.
I just mentioned a second ago. And
Yeah,
who's the other guy?
I'm lost for words here. I'm kind of like, this is why is the pressure
No,
on me? Why is the pressure on me?
Do you remember what it was about?
Right, I do kind of remember what it was about. Wasn't it? He had Tom Cruise was the vampire. Brad Pitt was doing the interview with.
It was no.
No, wait, hold on, guys. I have seen this
So neither
film.
of these
I
two
swear
guys
to you,
know
it was just
Interview
many
with the
moons
Vampire.
ago.
I guess it's just me. Lestat.
So as far as I'm concerned, there's no need to remake it because I haven't seen the original yet.
Let's just move on.
but
Neither of
no,
you two
but
can
You know what?
in
The
this.
thing is, that movie is not even that old. In fact, it stars.
What do you mean it's not that old?
stars-
Over 20
No,
years.
it stars, and that's not that old. You don't remake
Yes,
a
it
movie after
is.
20 years.
20 years. That's a generation.
It's got Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise. They are still big stars today.
No,
it's not like
they're vampires. That's why
Yeah.
they're still big stars now. They don't
they've
age.
not faded into obscurity. It's
Wait,
not like
they're vampires.
That's why they haven't aged.
you know what? I need to go and see this. I didn't realise Christian Slater was in it. That I'd have to put that on my.
Yeah, he's
to-do
the
list.
guy doing the interview.
All right, okay.
Not
Well, all
Brad
right.
Pitt.
No, it was 20 it was a long time ago. I just can't remember it. But I've
Okay.
seen it.
What? Okay, well,
There you go. It left such an impression on you that they need to remake it.
Let's skip over this because there's no conversation to be had. Because even these two have watched it.
Well, no, I certainly would say though. I think it's far too soon for a remake.
Dude, you're mad.
Far too soon.
The thing is that film does have like a bit of a following, a massive cult following.
And you don't remember it.
But do research this stuff, Eddie, and it's what people want. And I just think to myself, why not? Especially at the time that we're in, all the vampire stuff has kind of died away, kind of faded out. And I think it's important to actually bring something like this to basically trigger all the vampire movies, TV shows, all that once again.
It's actually, you say it's too soon to do a remake. It's actually based on a book, which was out quite a way before that. So
Yeah, but this doesn't change when the movie came out.
it doesn't matter. The book should be the bearer.
Yeah, but is there not like wasn't that just like the first part in like a series?
Yeah, but it was kind of anthology type story, so it didn't have to necessarily be directly. But anyway, regardless, let's move on. I was going to talk about Infinity War title changing, but who really
Nah, let's
cares?
move
It's
on.
not really. Who
I
cares?
actually like that title, Infinity War.
Yeah, one of them would probably still be Infinity War, or it might just be like the main title and then the subtitle underneath it. But beyond that, it's not really much you can say. So let's slide over to the TV world, TV talk. Agent Carter's cancelled,
Gone.
and none of you two care because none of you two watched it.
No, I watch it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
I'm like halfway through the second season now. It's a bit of a slow burner, that show.
It is.
But it's got high production values. It looks really expensive. So I think that's one of the reasons that it's gone, because the ratings weren't great. And I think this was like this is the perfect way to do like a female show, because she wasn't like a damsel in distress. She didn't moan and cry. In fact, it was like the male cast the whole time that seemed to be like the crybabies, the whingers and the moaners.
It was too episodic, it was too safe, and how boring you saw him. Seems to be yawning your head off.
I'm tired. I had very little sleep last night.
You never sleep.
Yeah, I know. I'm a vampire.
But
there were some things that they did very, very right in that. I love the casting of Howard Stark. The relationship between Jarvis and Peggy was absolutely fantastic.
That's cool. I did. It was a nice cast. It was very much of the vibe of the first Captain America movie. But
Yeah. So there's already a petition that's got 21,000 signatures on it for asking Netflix to
yeah, I've been hearing about this, and that would be lovely because if Netflix grab it, then they could get some decent scripts, and it could just.
I don't think they'll go anywhere near that show.
I don't. Plus, she's already got another job.
Yes,
on
she
another
has. Yes, yeah. I think
ABC
once
show.
she'd signed for that, the writing was already on the wall.
Yeah, so it's a shame though. I do like that Peggy Carter character. It'd be a shame for this to be the true nail in that.
It would have been really interesting actually to see the formation of Shield, because you see Shield today in
they never got
Agents
there.
of Shield.
They never got there.
Yeah.
And they never got to explain who she ends up marrying, which they kind of show in Winter Soldier, I believe, in the archive footage to say that it was kind of indirectly Steve Rogers that helped her to meet the person she would marry. So was it the guy with the crutches who was in it? Who knows? Who fucking knows? I want to know. Supergirl. She's flying over to CW. Is that
She is
good?
indeed.
Or is it bad?
I think it's good for a couple of reasons actually, because it's a very expensive show. Apparently, there's also a licensing fee that it's on ABC at the moment. That show. No, it's not. It's on CBS. So they've got to pay that to Warner Brothers. Moving it to CW apparently gets rid of that licensing fee.
Isn't CBS owned by Warner Brothers?
It is owned by it is, but apparently the way they do it, they don't have to pay that fee if it's on the CW, because it's co-owned. Yeah, whereas CW is fully owned by Warner.
It's still a big budget cut. CW still has a lot
It'll
less
be a huge budget cut
to spend.
But it'll bring it in-house under the watchful eye of all the other shows.
But it's already got the same guy overseeing it also. I don't...
Yeah, but if you look at the tone of the show is very different. And I think after watched a handful of episodes, my God, her human persona is just so annoying.
No, I love her.
No.
I love her. I think partly why it's very different because it's filmed in LA. And now it's going to end up going up to Canada.
Yeah.
Everything is filmed in Canada. All of those shows. So they're all going to look the same. All the locations are going to be bloody identical to each other.
As long as the stories improve and the villains improve and the dialogue improves and the acting improves.
Garbage.
But I was shocked. $3 million an episode.
Woo!
Yeah, that is expensive. Well, it's not that expensive.
Well, it's LA. If they're filming it there, that's probably a good chunk of that. But damn it, man. That's... Wee.
And I mean, $3 million is not that expensive for a 1 hour drama, but the fact that the ratings were so low, I think it was averaging between 2.5 to 3 mil, just not cutting it for a network.
So how much does Flash have? Because I'd argue Flash looks better.
Yeah, but it's not always how much it costs, it's how much of that ends up on screen.
Yeah.
And those boys on cable networks or the smaller networks, they're much more adept at building their shows around X number of sets.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. At least Flash can skip back and forth a lot easier now. That would be nice to see her and Flash together do a lot more. Because those two characters have good chemistry together.
Yes,
so
yeah.
I'm actually looking forward to that. So NBC orders... That whole power... Do you care?
Well, there's two. So Marvel have got one, and they've got one, they both sound very, very similar. So Marvel are doing one called Damage Control, and DC are doing one called Powerless. So, for people who may not have heard of these shows, so Powerless is a single camera comedy or dramedy, as they call it, about an insurance agent who deals with insurance claims from damage done by superheroes.
Yeah. Basically supposed to have the style of Parks and Rec / The Office. That's how they're...
Why can you not be excited about that? How can you not be excited about that?
From what I've seen and what I've heard, it looks like they're just going to make up a bunch of superheroes for the show.
Oh yeah, that's an absolute given. But
so that sucks. Rather than making it connect with DC.
But the show is not about the it's not about the superheroes. It's about the fallout. The thing that you've always wondered when you see these buildings collapsing, people's lives are coming to an end, like they've lost everything, and how it gets dealt with. I think that could be quite funny.
I'd rather it connect directly, like it's like just like BVS, have it start with where Man Still ended and all of that shit. That would be more interesting if it actually connects to something.
Yeah, but this is supposed to be like a comedy kind of thing, so it's going to be light-hearted.
But then Damage Control, Marvel's one.
Yes, that is about a cleanup crew that goes in and deals with the mess that the big superheroes leave behind.
That could be even more of a straight up... That sounds more sitcom-y than...
Yes, that's, again, single camera comedy.
Okay, so that could be...
None of these shows interest me. They just... with the first one that you mentioned, that kind of got me excited because I was thinking to myself... What's that anime that came out a good couple of years ago about the family, the superheroes? And they basically they get the city or the group of people get together and they file a petition to stop them from being superheroes. So they just start finding regular jobs.
Anime.
Yeah, it was an anime. Oh man, and they're all dressed in red.
Oh no, you mean Incredibles?
Yeah, the Incredibles.
It's not anime. Animation.
Oh right, okay, but that's how it was. And at the very beginning of that show, I was really excited because I was thinking to myself, this is a really, really interesting little turn of events. And the way Mo's explaining it, it kind of got me excited. But then I thought to myself, do I really want to actually watch something like this?
Yes.
Do you really want
Yeah, I do. I think both of these actually sound really interesting. They're going to be like 20-minute shows. It's not like you're investing a great deal of time.
I'm not excited, but NBC are doing the Powerless one, and they actually have a pretty good track record when it comes to comedies.
Oh yeah, isn't that like where some of the biggest comedies are at the moment?
Yeah.
Stuff like Modern Family.
So, which is a great show. Yeah. So yeah, I'll check it out. Oh, and Vanessa Hudgens is in that.
Yes, and it's also got Abid from Community in it.
Don't care. Vanessa Hudgens. Who I love.
It looks cheap. It looks cheesy.
It's not going to be an expensive show.
It does.
But it's not about superheroes.
No,
it's not about that climactic.
But wouldn't you rather
battle.
them saying Superman fucked up again and Batman, this guy's broke his legs from back,
Well,
people
DC are keeping their comic book and their TV universe completely separate.
Yeah, but everything it's more than that. They've got the CW universe. It's CBS technically. Supergirl is still its own universe, kind of. They've got friggin' Gotham, which is its own thing. They've got iZombie, which is its own thing. There's just too much, all separated. It's all just a mess. There's too much.
I think something like that needs to be connected for it to work.
Well, let's wait till the trailer drops, but both of these properties have got me excited.
Okay.
But they are almost essentially the same show.
Yeah, pretty much. Yo, MacGyver reboot. I thought they were going to do this as a movie, but now...
Apparently, movie is still in the works. So this looks like, again, two different teams, two different places where this is happening. Movie may not happen because a TV show is now happening, but
it's CBS, and this probably is what's going to replace Supergirl, basically.
13 episodes and then probably cancelled.
Yeah. Gives a fuck about MacGyver now, man.
Yeah.
I think there was something special about MacGyver at the time.
Yeah, but you ever actually watched any of those?
The old episodes.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it has aged quite badly, but do you remember as a kid?
Yeah, but that's it. Like, getting these gadgets, putting it together. Now it just...
when was it? 80s?
Yeah, it was mid-80s.
Dude, you were fucking...
The target audience.
Idiot kid. Everyone was a retard back then, man. No one knew what the fuck was
No,
good.
come on, man.
No one knew what was good
great
in the
shows
80s.
in the 80s.
Didn't know how to dress, didn't know how to make music, didn't know how to fucking make
80s
TV.
Wait,
music
what
is
is it with you at 80s?
The 80s was shitty.
Did you have a really bad, like...
Everything was shitty. in
Come
the
on,
80s.
man. We got Empire Strikes Back, Back to the Future, Michael Jackson.
That don't count. That's like...
What do you
Michael
mean?
Jackson had a paedophile in that list, man. Come on.
Prince.
Okay, that was one.
Okay, wait,
But he
wait.
technically was 70s.
What is it
So was
about?
Michael.
Okay, what is it about MacGyver that you really are excited about? I mean, because you just like literally were going to punch me in the face.
Well,
Woohoo!
I like the original show, and he did have like the mullet as well. And it was Richard Dean Anderson, and that amazing theme tune, and just watching him like make something out of absolutely
rocket
nothing.
launches out of a pencil case. That's bollocks.
I don't know how they're going to do that in the modern show because everything's now computerized. So he's going to have to become like a hacker or something.
But the other thing is, what made that show good? When I'm looking back now,
Was the end credits when it was finished? Yeah.
No, was Richard Dean. He made it good.
Yeah.
I can't seem to think of somebody that's gonna. It has to be him.
You are right, because they're going to get some pretty boy to be in that role, and this is going to get cancelled after 30
It's
It's
episodes.
not
think of
going to
anyone.
work. Even if
No.
they could de-age him somehow and it was him again, it still wouldn't work. MacGruber works because he takes the piss out of that whole thing. And it's hilarious. And because it's such a ridiculous premise, MacGruber is what it needs to be.
Well, it kind of depends, because they could go down the Battlestar Galactica route and take it seriously, and we could have a beautiful show, or they could go down the Knight Rider route, and we could have like the worst remake ever made.
Which being CBS means that's what we're going to get.
Yeah. Did you see the Knight Rider remake?
I don't think I want it,
my
man. I've
God.
heard
Did
it.
that even make a full season?
That did make a full season. I think they did get like 20 odd episodes.
So crap, and they want to redo that again. Apparently, I'm hearing they
Do you
want
know
to
what?
remake
That
it.
is a property that's so ripe if done properly with some
It's a car.
It's a car
Wait,
and a
what the fuck
man.
can you do with a
wait,
car?
hold up. I've always said this. The perfect Knight Rider mix would be if Kit was just a fucking arsehole like Roger.
A comedy, yeah.
And that's where it will work.
25 Jump Street. The Knight Rider edition.
Yes, you're getting on board. But seriously, Knight Rider,
As a comedy,
they'll jump in
it'll
their
work.
car, drive, we're gonna go take out these bad guys. Oh no,
They always
Michael,
fuck
something's
things
wrong.
up.
Yeah, they'd be remotely hacked by some teenager over in fucking Ohio. That's what happens now. Doesn't work. Or there's a roadblock or some shit. It wouldn't work.
But think about what could with this in this day and age, right?
What can he do?
With Kit being hacked,
Unless
with,
he's a
with-
transformer and he could actually become like a person walking around. Which would be shit.
I just think the comedy you could just play off
Comedy,
that so
though, I
well.
could deal with the comedy
Yeah.
aspect
Not
of
as a
it.
serious piece, no way. So right, okay, are we right? So you're not up for MacGyver. I think MacGyver's a shit idea. You just seem to think.
What is
MacGyver's-
MacGyver a shit idea?
Because it sucks.
What, like one man who can like get his way out of anything by making something out of nothing?
Why was he always
Tony
in these
Stark.
fucking stupid situations anyway? What was he? I can't even remember.
He used to work for the government.
Yeah, but he's not anymore. So why was he still getting kidnapped and stuff in like, warehouses? And, like, what?
Because just some guys are just that unlucky.
And you always had like a bomber jacket and like his checkered shirt. And
I
It
feel
was
like
Richard Dean Anderson, man.
I think like we should like pause this episode and just watch like a few minutes of MacGyver and just like let
Listen,
Mo
mate,
know how
all you
bad
gotta
it was.
do is you gotta watch the opening credits and you will be up for it.
you know what? We're gonna do that. Alright, so we just watched the theme tune, the intro to MacGyver, and then we just watched the trailer for MacGruber. Now, what would you rather see as an ongoing TV series?
Right, I've completely changed my mind now, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I think MacGyver will work better.
MacGyver!
Yes, I think
Oh,
it will
you
work
disgust
better.
me.
Dude, it
You
would.
dis-
Like, MacGruber...
A serious-
Yes, it would. Just think about... what came to mind is a more serious approach to MacGyver. This sort of Jason Bourne, every now and then a bit of comedy. Yeah, I'm telling you now, MacGyver could work awesomely.
Jason Bourne
this guy,
with a mullet.
Listen, no, he doesn't have to have a mullet, but this guy in a really, really difficult situations, trying to fucking battle his way out of things. Sorry for spitting on your hand, but I think that will work.
You dis-
I think that will work brilliantly. MacGruber, not so much.
MacGruber will be like funny for like 10 minutes, but you can't carry that joke for
I don't
the
think
entire
you.
season.
I don't think you could, man.
So, let's get into the throne room. It's time to enter Game of Thrones talk. Do you remember? I'm fucking forgetting. Okay, let's think back to last week. The main points that happened last week and the week before. There was the Red Witch casting her thing over Jon Snow's body.
Yep.
And then the week after, Snow up and about executing the guys that stabbed him.
So, in episode 1, I said that Bolton is going to murder his father.
Yes, you
in
did.
episode 2, Bolton murdered his father. Or
And I
rather,
said-
Ramsay murdered his father.
And I said Ramsay was going to have to kill his brother, and he did just
And
that.
I said Jon Snow will return. Yes, he did.
So did
See,
everybody around
One
the
the
world.
thing that everyone's more excited about is Jon Snow, and I was right about that. Thank you very much. Sorry.
Terrible. So yeah, we saw it coming, but what are the consequences? Because the creators of the show said that whenever they do something, there has to be a consequence. So bringing Jon Snow back has to have some sort of big effect on either him or the world around him, or it's just a pointless, cheap.
I think it's going to have a very, very big consequence because I'd imagine in this realm there's probably a consequence of you can't give life without taking life. So there's probably something that we don't know just yet. Plus, he's now quit his position as the Lord Commander and gone rogue.
Yeah, but he didn't break his oath because technically you're on the wall until you die, and he died. So he's completed his watch. So he hasn't really broken that. But don't you think it should affect him in some way? mentally, physically, him dying and coming back.
Well, there was a lot of questions that he had. You know, although he went more or less back into his role
But he was
straight
only-
away.
Technically, it was literally barely a day.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
He
But
died.
he was forced to go back into his role and execute, you know, the traitors, or you know. But he, at that point, you could see all the way through it to the end of the episode, he had a lot of unanswered questions, and it seems like he's walking away, and he needs to figure what those questions are. Well, I mean, was it the fire god that brought him back? You know, I mean, what exactly is this? How did he come back?
I thought he was just more upset that he had to kill the kid that he thought was his new little brother. That shitty.
Dude, if you came back from the dead, all right, would you be more concerned about the dude that killed you, then now that you've like demolished him anyway, or would you be more concerned about how the fuck did I come back? Oh wow! You know, like what brought me back?
That way, but, yeah, giving them a bit more credit, and I guess I get. Do you think the Red Witch is gonna go with him? She's gonna have to, because she seems to be really onto him.
Well, there's nothing left for her to do at the wall now.
Yeah.
So I would say that's probably a good given possibility.
Her and Davos.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be like the three of them. Just
So I think, are we going to get to a stage where Jon Snow has now left the wall and now Sansa turns up at the wall?
that's the shit that annoys the fuck out of me. How people those kids just seem to keep missing each other by.
I reckon whoever invents the mobile phone in that realm
That's
is going to
exactly
make a
what I was
shitload of
gonna
money.
say.
No, that. So yes, so Sansa's on her way up. Jon theoretically is on his way down.
Although we don't know where he's going unless he goes back to Winterfell.
We presume, unless he decides he wants to go on the other side of the wall, which is possible. Don't know why. Because he still knows about the White Walkers, and I'm sure he's still kind of thinking about them coming. So you can't be ignoring that. And then there's who else is going up? You've got the Boltons going up to go after Sansa.
Yeah.
But now, like I said, Rickon's back. The one you said was never gonna see light
But he's
again.
in the hands of Ramsay now. Now, you would think that the writers wouldn't just bring in a character that's been gone for so long and have no consequence, but as we've seen, Ramsay could just...
Yeah, I think Rickon's gonna stick around. They killed his wolf though, saved themselves some effects budget on that.
And my, hasn't Rickon grown since the last time we've seen him?
Yeah, so man. Hope he's a bit more of an interesting character this time, man, because he was a bit annoying last time.
The girl has no eyes.
Yes, she does.
No, the girl has no name.
Yeah, but she has also no eyes.
She has eyes now, doesn't she?
She has eyes?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. She has eyes at the end of the episode. I really like that story, man.
Really?
Yeah, I know that a lot of
Arya.
people's like, yeah, because it's just what Arya is actually trying. Fucking
Yeah,
hell,
but what's
don't
it
you-
leading towards though?
What revenge? She's got all these
No, she
names
can't have
on
revenge.
her list. Of course she can. There was that scene where that girl was asking her about, okay, tell me about your list. Who are the people that you want to kill? And she was like naming all these people. So like rogue assassin, that excites
Are they still
me.
letting her do that now? I'm forgetting. I'm blanking on that bit.
Well, I think it wasn't particularly clear because she kept giving the list and they kept hitting her.
Yeah,
and
'cause
then,
she
and then they
wasn't-
were like, "Are there no other names on your list?"
Yeah,
It's like,
didn't let us
yeah.
in. Do you want to kill us now after we're fucking you up? So yeah, it gave the impression that they wanted her to forget the list, that she isn't allowed to kill without their permission.
So wait, you
But
don't...
no, because remember she met a faceless man back in season 2 or 3 or whenever it was, and he killed a load of guards to help
Yeah,
her
that was
escape.
him.
Yeah, so they could obviously kill.
Well, yeah, but he was killed because he was
Was
hired
it him
by
though,
her.
or was he just wearing that guy's face?
It was supposed to be him.
You know what, right? There's something with
The actor changed.
yeah.
I think.
When that guy made his appearance, that really got me excited, knowing that this guy cannot be. It seemed like he was the unstoppable dude.
Yeah, but
He's smart, intelligent, in and out, straight, and to know that Arya may possess those same set of skills, that gets me excited.
the thing is, what's it gonna be? Like I said, who's it gonna go towards? Like, who is on the list that's left? Oh, most of them all dead now.
Well, isn't Jamie and Cersei still on that list?
Okay, there's those two.
It's two of the biggest ones, man.
Don't want Jamie to go though. But Jamie, like, you get what I'm saying? What I was saying last time though, he seems to be going back to the Jamie when all of this started. All that progression that he'd made while he was on his own, with the big chick. He's just kind of gone back. He's
No,
diverted
but he's
back to
gone
old
back to
school.
like how he is. So
Yeah.
no.
Which
But I
kind of
think-
makes it all. What's the point?
But he has to be that person because he's now the head of the family. He's now the protector of the king, and everyone is now trying to get a piece of King's Landing and take the throne away.
The problem is he had perspective. That's what he gained perspective in his time away from King's Landing.
He did, but
And he seems to
everything.
have lost all that, and he's just going back to his old.
But because everything since that point has changed. His son has died. His daughter has died. His father has died. His brother's gone.
Could he be a good MacGyver?
So it doesn't bother you that he
No.
all of that shit was
because,
pointless.
no, because what do you expect him to do? It's like, don't worry about it. Let's go and.
Just think about
He's gone back to being the bad guy now.
He's not the
He's
bad
not,
guy.
But he
no.
will do
He's
that.
not.
But you don't know that. And you see if he does.
No one technically on this show, apart from Ramsay, is a bad guy.
Cersei.
They're all just but she's just doing what a mother would do for her children and to hold on to her home.
What I don't understand. What is this thing about? Because I don't see it. I really have a difficulty whenever you bring it up and you say, I don't like this whole thing that he's like he had perspective and now he's like going back to his old ways.
Because him and Cersei, they've gone back to this. It's us. We're gonna kill everybody.
But what
It's just
about the
us.
situation that's taken place to bring him back to that sort of state of mind?
It just frustrates me, man. Oh, what do you think's happening with the church
The Sparrows.
sparrows? Yeah.
That is like. It's a really bizarre storyline because A, it's interesting, but B, you're kind of like, why is Jamie just not getting the army together and just going in, kicking the doors down, and just bringing those guys out?
Is it purely about numbers?
They've got an entire army.
True. But
Yeah,
is
but-
there possible that some of the army could be?
Sorry, go on. No, well, I was going to say, wait a minute, maybe
You just don't know who.
we're seeing it wrong because you've got these sparrows, right? Now, the way I see it is that they're scattered within King's Landing, so they're everywhere.
Yeah.
So going in, you might just have another civil war situation like you've got with who those guys with the mask down at
In Marine.
yeah. And that's why that dude.
And the sparrows also have the people as well.
Yeah, and also there was that scene where it just gets me more thinking on that sort of level where they're talking about, okay, we're sending our little flies, our little birds, and finding out where these people are, and
Oh yeah, that was brutal for that guy who was drunk, just no-name character, talking about how
waving
he
his
took
dick.
out his cock and showed it to Cersei. She was doing a walk of shame. Then he goes off to go and
Take a
relieve
piss.
himself, and
The mountain. No, there wasn't a mountain just crushed his head against the wall.
people have lost respect. All right, and
For Cersei,
and
But what was weird about that is when the mountain went back to Cersei, she looked at him as if she was like, "What have you been doing?" It's almost as if he was kind of acting on his own.
no, because then
Because she looked at him and saw that he had blood, and she just had this expression of inquisitive, like they never actually verbally said, have you done it or what? He was kind of her expression made it seem like Mountain just did his own thing.
you can see that that's always been her ploy, just finding out who these people are, and for then sending out this dude for him to just like more or less decapitate or annihilate whoever it is.
Seems to be.
so we have Ramsay has stabbed his father, and I think in that they shot that scene in such a way that you weren't quite sure who stabbed who first.
For a second,
Yeah.
you're thinking, oh.
But then, to just show how cold-blooded motherfucker he is.
He fed his dogs prime meat, chubby and tender.
Now, I think that could be the beginning of his undoing, because obviously she is the daughter of the Freys. And what did the Freys do?
Yeah, that was
They
everyone forgot
orchestrated,
about them.
they orchestrated the whole Red Wedding.
Problem is, they don't really leave their castle, though, do they?
They don't, but the fact that they managed to engineer a way of taking out the Starks completely.
Yeah.
Don't put it against, and the Freys obviously control that crossing as well.
Yeah, that's actually going to be interesting, definitely.
He's going to end up having the most nasty, and I think his dad was basically in the midst of telling him this, like, you go and be cruel and mean the way you do.
Act like a crazed dog.
Yeah,
And
you
put
will get
down
taken
that
out the
one.
back. Yeah, so he's going to meet with a horrible
If there's
death.
justice in this world, which we know there isn't in the Game of Thrones fucking universe, it'll be Reek that gets to have his revenge on him.
Oh man.
Oh, and talking of Reek, obviously we haven't seen his homeland for quite some time,
No, we have
and
not.
then all of a sudden
We see his dad
we
get
see his
killed.
dad and we see his sister.
Dad gets murdered
Yeah.
by his little brother.
Yep.
Stabbed and flipped over the.
So this is actually
Bridge.
stuff that they're covering that has actually been in the book. So
From
this
older books, yeah.
So this whole storyline. So there's now going to be like a moot to decide who's going to now be the new leader. So that's like, suddenly I thought, oh, okay, there are bits that the books are still following, or that the show is still following from the books.
Do you know who it ended up being? The new
Was
leader?
it her? I think it was the brother, because I remember Yara herself did stand and she didn't get chosen, and I remember her referring to the winner as her uncle.
Okay. Spoiler.
I think it's
Long
been a
book readers.
really long time since I've read that.
What we also got to see, and I told you, dude, you had no faith that Bran, the new Jedi of the show, that his shit would be interesting. You see him doing his little mind walker thing back and forwards through time while he's plugged up to the tree, bro.
Oh right, the tree man.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this week's vision was quite interesting.
Yeah, what was the one last week for first?
What did he see last week?
Yeah, it was, he was back in Winterfell and he got to see
Yeah,
his aunt. You get to see his dad as a young'un, real young'un.
Odo.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
we
so
got
the
some-
Hodor
Hodor.
could speak.
Hodor could fucking speak. So what the hell happened to him to make him turn
Wait, this is the part that I'm really confused about. I don't know what's going on with this. I mean, you've read the books. What is he becoming? Because I see these. He wasn't in season
Last
4.
year,
Yeah, he wasn't.
I don't know what he's becoming, but I guess it's like some sort of watcher or keeper of something, like a guardian of some sort of. What do you think? Like, do you remember in Babylon 5 they had that guy who was plugged into the planet?
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like their version of that.
Yeah, but like this week he goes like he won't be there like till he becomes an old man or something. So he's like
Yeah.
until you know everything.
I hope they just don't keep him in the tree.
No, he says he's going to leave.
Well, he's going to have to stay in the tree because he's a cripple. He can't do anything otherwise. Unless he realises he can actually affect what's happening just by...
Which he does now.
Because he affects the past, sort
You
of.
saw it with the. We'll get to that vision though.
Yeah.
Whoo, the Targaryen Kingsguard. How kick-ass was that dude with the 2 swords? Took them all on. I thought, man, this guy's going down like a soldier. He knows he's outnumbered. He knows he's gonna die, but no, he sliced them all down.
It's a
Killed them all.
character that you want to be in the game Soul Calibur. He should
Yeah,
be.
that's what he was like.
He
Cervantes.
he was fucking brilliant with those 2 swords, man.
Then they killed him just through the back of the head.
But yeah,
Showing that the dad was a liar. Eddard Stark was a liar. All the stories he told Bran as a kid.
And then you hear a baby cry from the tower.
Is it baby cry?
Well, that's what it sounded like.
There's supposed to be a big... Apparently, this is a mystery that's been going on for like 20 years in the books. That it was teased in the original book, in the dream. And it's never been referred to. And apparently, diehard book readers have always wanted to know what the fuck is going on in that tower. It's supposed to be this big mystery. And they still teasing it. 20 years to know what the fuck's going on in the tower. But yeah, if it was a baby scream, then that's got to be... Well, we hope it's going to be...
Jon Snow.
Jon, yeah. But could there be some other twist? Could there be another baby, a twin? Something else. That was interesting. But then he called to his dad and he turned.
Yes. So there does look like there's something going on there that looks like he can affect either the past or current time.
That's interesting. That's rich. And I want him to walk beyond the wall now. I'm hoping to do that soon. To see what the fuck's going on with the White Walkers.
Did you find like episode 3 just seemed to go absolutely nowhere? There's just got like so many storylines going now that everyone is getting like 5 minutes worth of screen time and stories don't seem to be progressing.
Yeah, I think thankfully we didn't get no Dawn stuff because that's boring as fuck. The Mother Dragons, what's her name?
Daenerys.
Yeah, Daenerys stuff is a bit.
She
That's
literally had a
so
couple of
weak
minutes.
at the moment, man.
Yeah, that's not really.
Well, I hope something actually comes of this. Like, does she like rise up and become like the queen
Again.
of the Dothraki, and then she has this unstoppable army to march into Westeros with?
Problem is, they keep doing this, and I'm kind of sick of it, to be honest.
Yeah, but what makes it worse is she's now almost exactly back to where she was in season 1.
That's what I'm saying. It's just going around in circles. I'm sick of it. But the dragons are out now, so that could lead to something.
What was really cool?
Are the dragons actually out? Because
Well, he unchained them.
he unchained them, but
that.
they're still in the basement. Didn't he leg it saying, if I ever have an idea like that again?
Okay, yeah, he unchained. That was a cool scene. I did like that. That they can actually... That shows that they're intelligent and they can tell when there's a threat and someone who's genuinely on their side, which was cool.
Yeah. That, you know what, could you imagine having to do that? Because they executed that scene so well and all the way through, you know he's going to survive, but yet they made you believe and think, oh shit, he could be just like any second.
So there was actually quite a lot that happened in this episode. So you obviously had Jon coming back with a gratuitous shot of his backside being on full display. You had him then killing his brothers.
What? Originally wasn't be the part I originally thought of.
Wait,
Such a stuck in your
The
mind.
backside.
I'm just going into it. Like, you just
Like,
see them, they
Mo's
perfectly
actually
framed
like
that.
perfect, just the way he's describing it with his hands as well.
It's
It's always he's touching it, perfectly framed.
Kit Harington fan. And then
We saw Samwell and Ginny, who we haven't seen for a long time. Again, like
where's that
5
gonna
minutes
go?
and
yeah. I don't mind them in small doses, but what's it gonna lead to?
and he really, really does not like being on a ship.
No, the whole point, I remember now, the whole point of his story was that he had to go to the Grand Maesters where they stayed to gather knowledge about the White Walkers. So he could bring it back to Jon, so then he could use it to fight. So I guess that's his thing. He's just going off, getting knowledge. Kind of like what Gandalf did during the Lord of the Rings when he ran off in the second movie.
He comes back as Gandalf.
He comes back with Gandalf.
It's like as a wizard.
Yeah, he goes off Gandalf the Grey, gets
It's
knowledge.
a fat wizard.
Samuel Tally the Grey.
Then we have the stuff
and everything.
with the stuff that's going on in Marine. So it kind of looks like Tyrion's just walked in, claimed the throne, and is now running things, and no one is questioning him.
It seems to be more like a committee than him just being the one who's on the throne. It seems to be like this little circle.
It's him. I think it's him and Varys because
I felt from what I was watching, it felt him, Varys, the girl from
Hollyoaks.
Hollyoaks chick, and her new boyfriend, one with no nuts.
But they don't really seem as though they will enter a conversation.
Yeah, but I think it's just more because of their simplistic mindset. But they all seem to have that sort of equal position of being able to say what was going down. So it's like a little committee, like a little government of these little.
So they
tables.
don't actually. The people of Marine don't know that Daenerys has disappeared, do they?
I don't think they actually explicitly state whether or not,
Because
but you would assume that they wouldn't publicise that.
No.
It's probably known that she flew away, but I guess they don't know she's been captured by,
Well, she's out the city.
Yeah, they know. Last time they saw her, she flew away on a dragon, so she can still come back on a dragon, as far as they know.
What is interesting is that how the story where there was what's his name? It was it wasn't Littlefinger. Why do I keep saying Littlefinger? Who's the other guy? The bald guy. Varys, where he's questioning that lady, and then she tells, where basically all the funds are coming from in order to support this uprising.
Harpies.
Yeah,
Sons of the Harpy.
Yeah. So does that sound like they're going into battle, or is Tyrion got some cunning plan in mind?
They it looked like they were kind of leaning towards a battle of some kind, but Tyrion's smarter than just to run up and knock heads with somebody. So it's definitely going to be some sort of confrontation going on.
Yeah. And how good was that scene of the Lannisters round the table and everyone just walking off?
You can't make us leave.
You can't
make us stay.
This is all quite interesting because again, it looks like they're being held hostage by like a religious cult, and you've even got the king going in there demanding like for his mother to see like the body of her dead daughter, and the guy's just saying no. And you see like all these boys like just like walking up right behind him. Yeah. you see, you know, if Jamie and Cersei's dad was still alive, none of this would be happening. He would have slaughtered those guys at the first opportunity.
Yeah. I do miss that actor though, man. I like that actor. It's a shame that he's not going to be there. But Tyrion did need to get his revenge, so can't be mad at that. Dude, so where do you think all of this shit's leading then?
I couldn't even begin to guess. You kind of thought Jon would be leading the charge at the wall. Sansa would get there. He would decide it's time to make a stand and reclaim the North with the wildlings. The Wild Walkers at some point, I think, is a thing that's going to unite Westeros.
Yeah.
See, that's the intelligent thing about this show, is it keeps you guessing. You know, with most TV shows, when we watch them, you're like, okay, well, this character's going to get to this point, and that's going to be it. That's his destiny. With this, just when you think, with everything that you've just said, it's their destiny or something they're supposed to do, it just switches. It just, everything just is like it's like a maze.
Just don't fucking know. It's insane.
I think it's also episode 3 kind of lost its sheen a little bit, because it's kind of like everyone seems directionless. If you think about the episode, it's quite difficult to remember what actually happened, because nothing actually did, because everyone only got like a few minutes worth of screen time.
There's no clear journey for anyone.
No.
There's no character who can say, yeah, they're going to do this.
Well, the only character you've got there is Daenerys, and you know she's going to go to Westeros.
Wants to do that, but we don't know whether she's actually going to get there, because every time she seems to be in a position to do it, something happens which takes it all away. So it's not like a set thing. It's sometimes a little frustrating, but at the same time, it keeps you guessing, man. God, is that it?
I think that was the majority of the stuff from the last two episodes.
That's all the main things. There's nothing else to really. I gotta admit though, the Red Witch seemed to be a bit shocked that her thing worked, because she didn't seem to have a lot of faith that Jon was gonna come back.
So,
when the fuck did Davos end up in that room? Because he wasn't there.
No, he was not there. That's quite that was like. Well, I suppose they could have gone around the long way round, and it could have been Jon like walking out and somebody finding him. But they just cut to the chase and got to the point.
Yeah. So everyone left. End of that episode. No, Jon's eyes opened, and the episode ended. Yeah. Then the episode began, and Davos is in there watching Jon as he sits up. It's like Davos wasn't there before.
Yeah, but Davos could have come back. Could have walked, forgot his mobile phone or something. Like a sword.
Could have thought it'd be a nice, quiet place to sit down and eat some mutton.
I want to go play with Jon's body.
Could you imagine?
Maybe he wanted to stroke the wolf.
Oh my god!
Even the wolf seemed
twisted.
Even the wolf seemed a little cautious, man. When Jon sat up, it was kind of just like, huh? Is that you, Jon? It didn't show any sort of interaction between the two of them. So, that'd be interesting.
Yeah. Well, I think the one thing that excites me out of. I really want to hear from you guys. What excites you the most is that who? What?
No.
What did you say?
Go.
Well, out of all of this, I think Snow's story. Who goes with him now? And if you're saying the Red Witch tags up with him, the Wolf is there with him, Davos, like
but it's kind of like, where is he going? What's he going to do if he's not going to be at the wall?
I think there's so many questions there that's the one thing that, and he's asking himself, okay, how did I come back? That's what excites me the most. What about you guys?
What's for him when he leaves? Like I said, he could either go north of the wall to confront the whole White Walkers thing.
Yes, by himself. Very unlikely.
Unlikely, but he knows the threat more better than anyone. I think he's the only one now, really, who gets it. Because everyone else is dead, pretty much. Or he goes, what's left for him south? I guess he doesn't know about a lot of what's happened.
Well, no, he will do. Because,
he knows that things dead.
Well, he knows that that Stannis was marching towards Winterfell because it had been taken. So he knows all of that. Yeah.
Would have filmed him in a lot of that stuff. So he knows Winterfell's fallen. Does he know about won't know about the Boltons being there, though, would he?
No, because obviously it had fallen to the Boltons.
Oh,
yeah, because Stannis was marching out to defeat them, so he knows all of that.
So I guess he could do that. Feel like he has to bring Winterfell back,
but there's nothing there for him, and he can't really do that by himself.
Exactly. Or he could go after Sam to join him.
But I think he seems like he's done now with the wall.
He's just going away on a vacation.
Maybe he's going to that local town where all the Black Brothers go to, like in the evenings when they want a bit of drink and entertainment.
That was about so where's Mo going with this?
Yeah, it's
What exciting? I mean, out of all of this,
or maybe something happened. Maybe he's remembered something while he was dead. Some sort of memory of something, and that's what he's gone to investigate.
At the moment, he seems like a blank slate. Maybe he's just like...
Well, he's been through like a traumatic experience, you know, dying and coming back to life. That could take its toll on anyone.
I imagine him there being a scene where he says, "I told her I didn't see anything when I was gone, but I
Well,
lied.
you don't... Yeah, exactly.
I saw Bran.
Well, I think
I saw Arya. I need to bring them together. You know, it could be...
Yeah, it could be lying about.
But he also said, I did the right thing, but my men killed me anyway. So what do I do? So I think he's just had enough. It was
about a war, yeah. But everything else, who knows, man? I guess we'll find out tonight, Sunday.
Yeah. So before we go, I've got to ask one question of Salim. So Salim, what have you been watching?
Right, okay. You ready for this? I have started to watch Penny Dreadful.
You seem excited.
Dude,
I haven't been that
oh
excited.
my god, it is so... Honestly,
Was it season 3?
Yeah, season 3.
2 episodes in.
Yeah.
And it feels more like we're 2 episodes into to the first season of a TV show than the 3rd season.
Oh
It
no,
doesn't-
really, man. So you're up to date?
Yeah, the season
So
1
I haven't seen
and 2.
episode 2 yet.
Well, we're 2 episodes in. Season 1 and 2, they were thrilling. We had the characters that we loved and we really got into, but it was also exciting. There was all this other shit going on. So far, 2 episodes in, and
Penny Dreadful
nothing's really kind of happening.
Penny Dreadful always has that slow start to it.
they've all
and it
kind
sort
of
builds up.
They've all gone to their own. It's not interconnected anymore.
Yeah, but-
it's just
but
all
they-
these separate
yeah,
things,
but-
and it's not really going anywhere.
But that's what's... No, but it is. It is going somewhere.
Yeah, but it doesn't. They're not getting that momentum from watching it. You know, Eva Green's just in counselling. Fucking Wolf guy, he's stuck. I can't. I don't want to really ruin the second episode.
Well,
but
I'm really excited about that, and I'm enjoying it so much.
I know it will pick up. What do you think of Jekyll?
I
Sort of-
like him.
I was worried because he didn't seem at first a great actor. I didn't believe all the heckling that he was getting because he isn't the most Indian-looking Indian guy, but he's mixed apparently the character. So, but he doesn't look Indian enough that people are going to be screaming at him in the street. He just looks like a guy with a tan, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they make him do his Jekyll.
Yeah, his
Jekyll and Hyde
transformation.
turn. But that they've brought in Dracula. I won't talk on that.
Oh my god!
I'm not going to talk on that.
Eddie, the way that first episode ends with just his
I
voice.
didn't like.
Oh my
no,
god!
I like that bit when they had the guy, but it was when he suddenly said that I am Dracula. It didn't. It came out of nowhere. The guy didn't ask him his name. He didn't say anything. The guy
Yeah, he
was
said,
just,
"Who are you?"
He didn't. He
didn't.
didn't. I watched it back. He didn't say anything. He was just kind of like. He
Wait,
just
what
told me,
made-
tell me everything you know about Vanessa Ann. He's like, okay. I am Dracula. He didn't ask.
But
Why
it
would
doesn't
you
matter. It
He
doesn't
didn't
matter
ask. He
even
made
if
no
he didn't.
sense.
Maybe he read his thoughts. He could do that. Anyway, that's what I'm watching.
But you'll see it coming though. The whole Dracula thing.
All right. Okay.
Who he is, you'll see it coming.
All right.
So that must mean you finished The House of Cards.
I finished House of Cards and it's so good. It's such an enjoyable show, and I tell everyone, if you have not seen, if you're waiting and thinking, what shall I watch? Watch House of Cards. It's brilliant, especially with everything that's happening at the moment in the US as well, with the elections and all that.
So what have you been watching? I've been watching Penny Dreadful as well. So what have you been seeing?
I've been watching an absolute ton of stuff over the last couple of weeks. So I watched Legends of Tomorrow, which has got terrible acting, has got terrible special effects, terrible script.
Terrible special effects, but
It's
it's not
just
great.
bad, but there's something about the show that makes me want to watch episode after episode. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I keep coming in and out of it, man. I watch.
And I've got to say, I really do like Captain Cold. He
No,
just has some
he is
fantastic-
what I hate.
The way he delivers
It's
his
him
lines.
And Heatwave, I cannot. Not Heatwave. What's his name?
Heatwave's fine.
Yeah, it is Heatwave. Isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah, those
Mate.
two I cannot hate. I cannot stand.
No. The two that I cannot stand are Carter and Kendra.
Kendra's cute in a goofy way.
She's cute. That's absolutely fine. But she's just like... Everything she does is just total nonsense.
It is, it
Yeah,
is.
yeah. But yeah, no, I really enjoy the show, the concept. It's one of those sort of shows where they could every season have different heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I like about you, Mo. You watch all the crappy shows, but yet you find like something good about them.
Always find something good about them, apart from the 100.
The what? Oh, yeah, you know what? I'm not going to say anything about. Oh, forget it. Just forget it, son. Don't talk about the 100.
Do you watch Silicon Valley?
That's another one I occasionally watch, but there's so much I just never.
Oh, that is
stick
like
with
a fantastic, fantastic show. It just seems like it's so true to
It
life.
doesn't make me laugh though. For something that's a comedy, I just
I
don't.
don't
laugh
think
at it.
it's supposed to be a comedy, but it is
Well,
funny.
It is.
It's a dramedy.
There's no drama really.
There is. Like, you've got the guy who's invented this absolutely amazing protocol for storage. You've got everyone trying to screw him out of his company left, right, and centre.
Yeah. It is a good show from what I watch of it. I just never stick with it, but
I know we were talking earlier, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
that's getting so much better every time. Last 3-4 episodes, I enjoyed so much.
They were very good. And such an amazing tie-in to Civil War as well. They didn't go like full on like they did last season, but
It's more just a mention, really.
There was a few mentions, but they're tying in. But the whole the last week's episode was all of like, this is what the Accords are for. This is why we need to have a registration act. This is why everyone needs to be on a list, because you've got people running around left, right, centre, just destroying the place.
Love seeing that shot, man, where the heli character lands and the dude's waiting for him, and Lash just kind of walks
that was
out.
brilliant. And I
those
didn't
two
expect
faced
that.
off. Yeah, those two faced off of each
Yeah.
other. And Lash to just be this natural antibody opposite of what he could do. It was just that was cool.
Yeah.
It is a really damn good show. Even the guy with the chain is getting cool. He was a little
Yeah, he was very, very good.
even he's cool now. Fun show. So fun. Well, yes, that's been it for another week at Talking at the Movies, people. Where can they find you, Sodom, if they must?
Nowhere. I'm going to try to take a line out of Mo's. Like, nowhere they can find me, nowhere. Mo, they know where they can find me. They can find me on Twitter, on YouTube, Instagram, Bollyfools. I will be waiting. Where can they find you, Mo?
No.
Mo,
like to
honestly,
hide.
you need some social media presence.
No. I have plenty of social media presence.
For the people, if you want to find me, it's the first take everywhere. Riff. I'm on Riff quite a lot now, so you can check that out.
You're on Rift?
I'm on Rift.
Oh.
What the bloody hell is Rift?
None of your business. So, let's get out of it, people. Another week done. Let's eat. Feed our bellies. YouTube Play Street Fighter. Out.